Hello friends, hope you're doing well and you're not letting things get to you. Sometimes it's best not to look at the news. I don't read papers myself, so I might put the TV on in the morning breakfast time and catch up on what's happened overnight. And then the 6 o'clock news, and then that's enough for me. Anyway, it's Ascension Day coming up, and I wanted to just do a little reading about that. Just before Jesus ascended to heaven, he had a little chat with Peter just after breakfast a few days before Ascension, and he said, after they'd eaten breakfast, Jesus said to Simon, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." He said to him, "Feed my lambs." He said to him again a second time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" He said to him, "Yes, Lord, you know I love you." He said to him, "Tend my sheep." He said to him the third time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter was grieved because he asked him the third time, "Do you love me?" He said to him, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my sheep. Truly, truly, I say to you, when you were young, you dressed yourself and walked where you desired. But when you are old, you will stretch out your hands, and another will dress you and carry you where you do not want to go." He said this, signifying by what kind of death he would glorify God. When he had said this, he said to him, "Follow me." Yes, difficult time those last few days. Everyone was wondering what was happening, and so that was John chapter 21, verse 15. I want to turn to another piece here about the appearance to the disciples. Now this is Luke 24, 36. As they were saying this, Jesus himself stood among them and said to them, "Peace be unto you." They were terrified and frightened, and supposed that they saw a spirit. He said to them, "Why are you troubled? And why do you doubts arise in your hearts? See my hands and my feet, that is I myself. Feel me and see, for a spirit does not have flesh and bones as you see that I have." When he had said this, he showed them his hands and his feet, and while they were disbelieved for joy and wonder, he said to them, "Do you have any food here?" They gave him a piece of boiled fish and some honeycomb, and he took it and ate it before them. This is showing them that he is really who he's saying he is. He can even eat food, and he's supposed to be, they're thinking he's a ghost or a spirit, but he can actually eat proper solid food. These are the words which I spoke to you while I was still with you, that all things must be fulfilled which were written in the law of Moses, and in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me. Then he opened their minds to understand the Scriptures. He said to them, Thus it is written. And accordingly it was necessary for Christ to suffer, and to rise from the dead the third day, and that repentance and remission of sins should be preached in his name to all nations, beginning at Jerusalem. You are witnesses of these things. And look, I am sending the promise of my Father upon you, but wait in the city of Jerusalem until you are clothed with power from on high. Now that's the last word of Jesus in the Luke Gospel. So they were the last sort of words to be spoken regarding the Gospel of John. And then the Ascension. Then he led them out as far as Bethany, and he lifted up his hands and blessed them. While he blessed them, he parted from them and was carried up into the heaven. Then they worshipped him and returned to Jerusalem with great joy, and were continually in the temple praising and blessing God. Amen. Well, there we go. And now I'm a Christian. I didn't think I would be a Christian. Yeah. Strange, isn't it? Oh. That saying again, isn't it? Never say never. Never know what's around the corner, do we? Yeah. So, you go in peace, truth, love and joy. Always be kind. That's the main thing. And kindness will come back to you. Yes. Bye-bye, my friends. Bye-bye.